Welcome to Cake Burger. I'm Steve.
I'm Mike.
And we're back again after a long exhale due to COVID-19.
I did miss your voice. I got. You can ask Maria too. I was so excited that we were going to do this today. I'm like, I know I can see the happiness in your voice. You seem to be more happy to see him than me. I'm like, well, I see you every day.
What's it been, like a month since we did a video? Or?
Oh yeah, I mean, pretty much, yeah. It's been over a month, I think.
I think it was March. I don't know. I'll have to check the date, the last published video. But we're back again.
Yeah, I've been trying to do some video games, but as I mentioned in all my episodes before that I've been doing about Steve and Woody, it hasn't been as fun. I can't bounce off anyone. So, you know, I'm hoping to have Golden Axe done tomorrow. It's because I already did one, but I wasn't too keen on the commentary that I was portraying to you wonderful fans. So I literally recorded it. It's my shortest. I think it's my shortest playthrough because I want to do kind of a double thing where, I want to do arcade classics on there, as well as with the success of Sonic Mania. I knew that Street Rage was going to be next. I feel like that Golden Axe is going to be there in the near future, as well as their Revenge of the Shinobi games, which Revenge of the Shinobi, I'll definitely be using Game Genie codes.
I remember the old Shinobi game. Didn't they come out one for Xbox, something like that too?
Yeah, they're incredibly hard. I remember playing it when I did have a 360, and it was painstakingly hard. And then I think it came up with a Wii, and they made it a little bit easier. But
you know what we used to call Shinobi? Not Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah. Because Ninja Gaiden was an incredidly hard game, and
they made that one too, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. I think so. Yeah.
PS3 or something like that. Yeah, that was pretty good too.
But a tad bit easier.
Yeah. We've been up to past month.
Nothing much. Just I've been, like I said, I've been trying to do some game reviews and gameplays, but my confidence is all low because you're not here or Woody's not here. I've been not really to my conferences. I'm not really. I can't. Like I said before, I can't bounce off at anyone.
I've been in a depressive anxiety shell this whole time. The only thing that break me out is what we're talking about today is the Snyder Cut is happening.
We previously did a podcast about this.
Yep.
You've known my disdain previous to that podcast about Snyder. How we both kind of agree that he's somewhat of an overrated director, but after you told me his idea for the DC universe, I immediately was like, all right, now I'm kind of a Snyder fan.
We did a video about this before, and at that time it was just
kind of a good podcast. So hopefully this can turn suit and be another big one.
At the time, there was like hearsay and a little bit of just like rumor and whatever. But now we have actual confirmation from DC, from Warner Brothers, HBO, that it's actually happening next year, coming out on HBO Max, which is, we kind of hinted, because HBO Max didn't really have much as far as original content goes. I mean, they have some of the DC stuff. They have
talked about it. It's going to be the new DC app, basically.
The
DC Universe app has been a complete failure if they're really jumping ship to do that on HBO.
Which sucks because they have some good shows too.
Yeah, Titans is awesome.
Harley Quinn is great. Harley Quinn is great.
I haven't watched Harley Quinn yet, but I did download season 2 of Titans on my PS4, and it was phenomenal. And it's basically just a live action Young Justice.
Yeah. I did the 7-day free trial just so I could blow. I waited till all the shows I wanted to watch were complete, and then I get the 7-day trial and just blew through them all. Because nothing else to do.
Go so I can watch Curb and then see you later.
But yesterday I was very surprised. I saw the first thing I saw when I went on Instagram. I saw DC Universe and DC Comics and Jim Lee and Ben Affleck had all tweeted this.
And they were. The rumor went back even a few days before that it might be going back to, the Snyder Cut actually going to come out. Yeah. And then they confirmed it yesterday or something like that, I believe.
Yesterday, I think, it was a confirmation. And the cool thing is too, I think I've been hearing rumors about this for a while now, and I think the trades could have leaked this a long time ago, but it was actually cool that they actually let Zack Snyder be the one to announce it on his Vero or whatever it is, or Twitter. But yeah, I mean, this is definitely the thing that HBO Max needed, because this is gonna be like their Mandalorian, I think, because I think it's around 4 hours long.
I think they should, if it is 4 hours long, I think they should branch it out instead of one big movie.
They are. They're releasing it in, I think, like 35-minute or 40-minute episodes. I think like 4 or 5 of them, something like that. So, because the original movie was just the cut that he had originally was like 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
But this one, now he's saying he wants to add more stuff on them. I guess Warner Bros. Gave him like $20 million to add, like, cameos, special effects.
They get the actors to come back. I haven't really had much time to read up on it, but
I mean, they had a live stream with Zack Snyder when he was announcing the thing, and Henry Cavill was on there. So apparently, him and Cavill made up. Ben Affleck, I follow him on Instagram. He posted a thing of his Batman and Justice League, and I remember watching an interview with Ben Affleck and him saying that he really enjoyed making Batman vs Superman, but he did not have fun at all making Justice League because of everything that happened. So I think, I know that he's out as Batman, but I think he's going back as for reshoots though.
And I'll take that, because I hope that this gets, I did like the Justice League movie.
Yeah,
I think the Snyder Cut, and again, like I said on the previous release, the Snyder Cut episode we did, I can eat my words. I know when I was wrong. Like I said, I was the naysayer of Snyder since. I liked Man of Steel. I liked Batman versus Superman up until. I know this might be petty, but for me,
I know the whole Metropolis thing. I know
the Batman Superman was like a roller coaster ride for me. It started off really great, that hogwash of Gotham and Metropolis being next to each other, and then it became awesome again.
I gotta tell you, when I first saw Batman vs Superman, I hated it.
Yeah.
But I think those movies have kind of grown on me over time, I think.
I don't really disdain Superman versus Batman. I just hate that one part that kind of.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't really, the Martha thing didn't really bother me that much. I
never noticed the Martha thing in this movie.
What was that?
I never noticed the Martha thing until that movie. I'm like, oh yeah, their names are both Martha.
And I think that the biggest problem with the whole DC cinematic universe is that it's been rushed.
Oh yeah.
I think for me personally that there should have been at least 2 Superman movies and 2 Batman movies before they came together, and then killed Superman off. Which I didn't really like how they killed Superman off so quickly, because it was go real quickly when they killed off the Green Goblin in the Tobey Maguire movie. I didn't really feel anything about it, because you didn't really have a lasting impact of Norman Osborn, where there was that line of him being the loving father to the psychopathic villain to the non-caring father, and that was because of his failing business. And yeah, they did that in the movie, but it would have been much better if Norman Osborn was in the background throughout all 3 movies, and then he was a Goblin in the 3rd one, and then they killed him off like they did with Harry. But yeah, that's just minor small things that I think would have been better, and I think Batman vs Superman would have been better, and the death scene of Superman would have been even more impact if they.
The death was definitely rushed, and I think the ultimate failing of the DC universe at that time, anyway, was basically because it wasn't Marvel.
Yeah.
Because at that time, Marvel was like as white hot as it could get. It's like obviously Endgame was kind of like the zenith of that whole thing, but at that time, Marvel was really riding high. Everybody had a big, huge hard on for anything Marvel. So if it wasn't Marvel, they were going to shit on it pretty much.
And I think from the beginning that it's been known fact that both companies have copied each other with certain superheroes and whatnot. Yeah. And I would have been probably okay if they followed the same format with what Marvel did and what DC should have done with what Marvel did. You probably still would have had the DC Cinematic Universe. I would have cared about seeing Captain Marvel, Shazam, and Aquaman. But I have no interest in really seeing those movies because, there we go. There he comes.
Just Luke. He's going to charge a switch right now.
All right.
Hey, Luke.
No, this is Ben's.
Oh, it's Ben's? Okay. Charging Ben's switcher. The Chargers in my room.
Like that interview where the kids come in and then the nurse has to come in and grab the kids out of the.
Was it okay if I charge it in this one?
Do whatever you want to do. Just plug it in. Get out of here.
We're not editing this part out.
No, why not?
I just took then switch out for now.
All right, bye. Shut the door.
You're a YouTube superstar, Luke. You did.
I mean, the thing with this, everybody says like, oh, you know, like the Marvel universe, like, you know, they took their time by setting up like, you know, this character. Hey, no, you can't stay in here. Get out of here. No, for real. All right, bye. I love you. See you later. Shut the door when you leave, okay?
I'll be leaving.
As my grandma used to say, he's not just a ham, he's the whole pig.
Yeah, that's right. He's gonna like.
Bye. I love you. Shut the door. What was I? So the thing with they said like, you know, oh well, Marvel took their time and they like, you know, they set up their characters beforehand, which yeah, that makes sense, and Marvel did a good job with it. But the thing when you look at Zack Snyder's plan for like a 3-part Justice League movie, and then the solo movies branching off that makes sense. The way he had it set up made sense. You don't people don't give Zack Snyder credit for that, and they don't believe it because they didn't see it. He wasn't given the chance to do it because it was basically. Like the Marvel universe, they had the heroes brought together by a threat, and then like, you know, and it was kind of this. But they took their time building up to that. The DC universe was brought together by a threat too, but I mean, like, and then that rather than them coming together, the Marvel, I'm just trying to explain it without like, you know, but the way the Marvel universe they came together through that threat, and the DC universe they're gonna come together and then spread into their own like legends and superheroes.
Yeah.
After that, in the aftermath of that threat, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But I don't know. I mean, like, I don't think we're gonna get a Justice League. I mean, most probably we're not gonna get a Justice League 2 out of this or Justice League 3.
It'll be
I just want to see
a reboot, if anything.
Yeah, but I really just. I mean, hopefully we get Henry Cavill back as Superman now.
I loved him as Superman. I would be totally okay if. Well, I mean, never mind, because I was thinking. I'd be okay with Matt Reeves' Batman, but that's kind of like still like an Elseworld tale. I think it's not really.
Yeah, that's right. I didn't know that originally. I thought it was supposed to be the new Batman, but apparently it's like its own thing, kind of like how Joker was or whatever. So.
Yeah, kind of like when there's 2 Commissioner Gordons now, you know. So
yeah, and we'll see what happens. You know, I mean, maybe.
I'm still really excited about the Batman movie, Matt Reeves' Batman movie. I think he's gonna kill it, but.
When I watched Justice League and I watched that part where like Batman fights the parademons with that, I'm like, God damn, would I have loved to see a Ben Affleck Batman solo movie?
You would have fucking killed it. I mean, I to this day still like his Daredevil movie.
Yeah,
the director's cut is even better. I can understand why some people don't like it because of the whole choreographed dance scene basically in the park, but.
That part sucks. Yeah,
I think he did a phenomenal job as Daredevil, and I can go on record on that. But
apparently, Ben Affleck hates that movie. That's why that was the lowest point in his career. He said was doing Daredevil.
That movie was awesome. I think I remember seeing it. And a lot of people were comparing it like a copy of Spider-Man. I'm like, how did it copy Spider-Man? Because he did the same type of moves every once in a while. I mean,
well, a lot of those movies that came out that time, like post Raimi Spider-Man and X-Men. Like Ghost Rider, Daredevil. I think a lot of them didn't know what they were doing yet, and a lot of them like really were written by the same people and produced by like Avi Arad, whatever, you know. Yeah. But it is what it is. But the thing, but I am so freaking excited about the Snyder Cut. I can't wait to see
now. And you know, people might call me out in the comments, and that's great. You know, I'm willing to admit when I'm wrong, and I'm wrong. I was wrong about Snyder's Justice League movie. I still don't think he's the greatest director out there, but
I don't think so. I've seen him. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I'm excited to see this, and I was wrong. Like I said, I can admit when I'm wrong, and I am excited to see this. And I'm not really jumping on the bandwagon because if you guys check the previous podcast where we talked about this, you told me what the plot was going to be, and I'm like, all right, this is pretty awesome, and it's going to be awesome.
I mean, I've seen enough of Zack Snyder's movies to know he's not like he's not like, you know, I don't know who Spielberg or like that, but visually he's an awesome. His movies look great. I hope if like he continues through the DC universe after this, he kind of like brightens up his color palette a little bit. Yeah. But even if he doesn't, whatever. I mean, but I'm just really happy that like, you know, I'm vindicated because it exists.
Yeah.
And all these people who said like it doesn't exist and like you're an idiot. And And like I hope I'm not expecting like to be blown away and think like this is like better than like like the original Avengers. I just want to see what it is. I just want to see what the artist's original intention was for the film.
And I don't think I'm gonna be too committed to it. I am gonna watch it. I'm not gonna be too committed to the point where like I'm gonna be so drawn in, because I know that more likely than not, nothing's gonna come up after this, unless this is kind of like Mandalorian, where it's kind of like announced for a sale, where you might be able to get Ben Affleck back as Batman. You might be able to get the original cast back.
I think you get them all back for reshoots, especially. I
don't
know we'll see more Ben Affleck Batman.
I think Wonder Woman's gonna be great. I'm still excited about that.
Yep.
And I think only because I was already committed to Wonder Woman when it first came out.
Yeah.
And I hopefully one day, if I can find it cheap, or if it's on Amazon Prime, I'll watch Aquaman and
You haven't seen Aquaman yet?
No,
Aquaman, dude, it's so good.
It's clear on the episodes that I'm more of a Marvel fan and more MCU fan. But seeing how, unless they can somehow connect these movies, like if they do a reboot of Wonder Woman, and I'll admit when I'm wrong again, that if they somehow make these movies be more part of the Matt Reeves Batman universe, or if they do that like a soft Flashpoint in the Wonder Woman movie, then I'll definitely go back and watch these movies.
I promise you right now, I 100% guarantee that you would enjoy Aquaman if you saw it. That you don't have to get on board with the Snyder DC universe, or you don't have to get on board with it, commit to anything. Just enjoy it for what it is, and I guarantee you'll like it.
I can find it cheap, but my boss said he'd let me borrow it too.
Yeah.
I'll watch that way, but I mean, I'm certainly not going to buy it because I don't really like Aquaman to begin with. But
I never really.
I will say this: in the Justice League movie, he made Aquaman badass.
I do like Jason Momoa.
Momoa is awesome. He did that awesome like Super Bowl commercial or whatever it was, where he's taking his his muscles off and he's bald.
Did you see some of the follow-up commercials to those? There's one where he's sitting on the couch with what's her name from Denise from
so she did come back, and she doesn't look like she aged at all either.
There's one part where he's sitting there and he's bald and skinny and stuff like that. And he's playing with figurines and he goes, "Who broke my Hydra?" And she goes, "What's a Hydra?" And he goes, "It's a 3-headed, now 2-headed dragon." Just like,
I only saw the part where his wife he's trying to push the bar up and he couldn't.
Oh, they have some ads on, like if you go online.
I just got a virus scan. I'm all set.
Oh, there you go. You're all clean?
Yeah.
But yeah, the one thing I'm very excited to see this movie or whatever this version of the Justice League. The only thing I'm anticipating but not looking forward to is all the people who want this movie to fail, who want this to suck. And to be honest, there's toxic fans on both sides of this.
Yeah.
Like yesterday I went on, I was all excited. I went on Twitter I don't know why I did. And of course there's people like, oh, way to go, Warner Brothers, for rewarding toxic behavior and all these screenshots of like, these people who are shitty. So like, Jeff Johns and Joss Whedon and Warner Brothers and all that. But there's like shitty fans with everything. There's shitty Marvel fans. There's shitty like Christians. There's shitty
people were bashing IDW because they furloughed or they fired all their writers. Like, they're probably doing this for the best, so that when this shit's over with, they can come back and produce some of the greatest books that are out there.
I just hope all this like shitty behavior, everybody can stop. I'm so sick of going on Twitter and like listening to all these like I'm telling you, these movies. Although comic book fans nowadays do not deserve these movies, because I gotta tell you, going on Twitter or anything like listening to people argue about this stuff, like even like the Spider-Man movies, like your version of Spider-Man. Like,
I'm so sick and tired of who's the better Spider-Man.
Hey, how about this?
Like every Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
There's been faults in every single one. And I think Garfield did a great job as Spider-Man. He just unfortunately got a crappy movie because Sony, their fingers were too involved into it.
Yep.
I think my favorite Tom Holland movie is the first one. I do like the second one, but I think I was like we talked about after we reviewed the movies, where I've been on the high of the movie.
Yeah.
But going back, I think the first one was the best. His
Well,
best movie.
how about this, internet? If you enjoy any version of Spider-Man, any version of Spider-Man you enjoy, cool, good for you. I'm glad you enjoy a Spider-Man because Spider-Man's a cool character, and whether it be a cartoon, movie, comic, if that's the version that speaks to you, awesome, good for you. No one else's version of Spider-Man is shitty.
Because all these Tobey Maguire fans like, oh, Holland sucks and Garfield sucks. Toby's the only one Spider-Man for me. I'm like, okay, great, but why do you gotta say the other guys suck? Because they don't.
For me, Spider-Man 2 is my favorite Spider-Man movie only because not only do I like all the actors, the directors, and that movie feels just like a comic book that I used to enjoy when I was a kid. So, and that's why, and also that the time it came out was a good time. It was like, a really good, so it has a nostalgic feeling for me also. But I'm not going to say because like you connect with Tom Holland Spider-Man or Far From Home or Homecoming that, no, you're not, that's not the real Spider-Man. No, good for you if you connect with that. That's why I connect with like the old, like, Roger Stern, Spider-Man comics. A lot of people's first introduction was the Ultimate Spider-Man comic with Bendis, and I'm glad, and that's what the intention was with Ultimate Spider-Man. So I'm glad that connects with you, and that's your Spider-Man because it's a good Spider-Man. But I mean, like, it's just, if you enjoy a Spider-Man, awesome. That's all. That's all.
And all it is a Spider-Verse when you think of it now. The Miles Morales Spider-Verse movie, people want to see all the Spider-Man together. So now they're making it seem like these Spider-Man aren't dead or that the movies don't exist anymore. That they're in their own Spider-Verse universe.
Just everybody stop trying to knock something else down just to validate the thing that you like. We can all like different things, just, I don't know. It's like this. We can all like Joss Whedon's Justice League. We can like Zack Snyder's Justice League. Who knows? Maybe it'll be shit. I don't know. But the way I see it is the Snyder Cut being released, and going on HBO Max is a huge win for artists, creative artists, and for fans who support artists. You know what I mean?
And you're never going to get it the way you want it. It's not, because when you think about it, if they made, the Spider-Man suits movies, especially like the Garfield one, the Amazing Spider-Man 2 and the Tobey Maguire movies 1 and 2, the Spider-Man suits were pretty close to being perfect.
Yep.
I will say this, and I know we just talked about being toxic. I hate that Venom Spider-Man. I hate the Spider-Man Venom suit. It's so lazy, and
people, the one in the comics?
No, the Spider-Man 3 movie.
Oh yeah, it's a lazy. It's a spray painted black Spider-Man.
This is the only part that enrages me, because the two Spider-Man things that enrage me, that people bash Yellow Spider-Man, and that people enjoy that damn Spider-Man suit, and all they do is just paint it black. That's my toxic fandom thing. I hate those people.
Well, let's save our Spider-Man patch. We're gonna record a Spider-Man episode in a minute.
Yeah.
So we'll save that patch. For now, what are your final thoughts on the Snyder Cut, Mike?
Again, I admit when I'm wrong. I can't wait for this to come out. I will either get HBO Max just to see this.
You already have HBO?
No, not yet.
I guess if you already have HBO, I guess you automatically get HBO Max. I guess
I've had it for a while, but I canceled it.
Yeah,
I had it on Amazon Prime. I'm hoping to see some of. I know that they won't get him back to do it. To also see some Green Lantern stuff in there, to have Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern, which I enjoyed that movie too.
I've heard there's going to be a Green Lantern cameo in the Snyder Cut. So we'll say I heard there's going to be lots and lots of cameos that were supposed to be in the movie.
The only thing I didn't like about the Green Lantern movie was, for me, because it was Jeff Johns. I didn't like the suit, the human suit thing was kind of gross. And it really, for me, which is why I enjoyed it, it just felt like another issue of a Green Lantern issue.
Yep.
That's what I got from that. But I'm excited about this. I can't wait for it to come out. I think it's going to be great. Just to touch real quickly, the toxic fandom needs to go away. It won't, but the more we bash these things, the less we're going to get.
Yep.
For me and you, we grew up on this, wanting a Spider-Man movie, wanting the Avengers, and we got it.
Yeah.
And we're not going to see that stuff anymore, because why would people want to take these roles when they're just going to get harassed? Like, like the new Star Wars movies, people are bashing those. Like, well, this is a different generation. Star Wars movie. I mean, I would have done it differently, but that's just me. But
For me, I'm excited. I'll be at HBO Max. I'm probably getting it anyway, only because I like a lot of the content HBO does. And like, honestly, I mean, I don't know if this is gonna be any good or not. I hope it is. It sounds pretty cool. And I'm mostly just looking for something different. I like different takes on things. I like to see different versions of things. And I like comic book stuff. I love DC stuff. I love Batman stuff. And I've enjoyed most of Zack Snyder movies, most of them. But and if anybody wants this to succeed, if anybody wants more of this type of content, if you want, like, I know there's been talk of an AR cut for Suicide Squad, but whatever. But if you want to see more of this kind of stuff, don't pirate it. Make sure you actually pay for it and watch it, and that way, if it's a success, you'll see more of this kind of stuff. And who knows? Maybe if it's that big a success, they'll give Snyder another chance. You'll see the original Justice League trilogy, which sounds pretty badass. Yeah,
and that's something they can do on HBO Max.
Yeah.
Movie theaters are going to be a thing of the past within the next few years, 10 years.
Yep.
Streaming service is the way to go. And wait till the Disney Plus shows come out. Look at the caliber of Mandalorian. It's movie quality shows. So, this could get the original Justice League cast back together as sequels or episodes like Mandalorian type stuff.
That's one thing I wanted to add in. Now that you mentioned, before I forget, how they're releasing it in episodes. This is exactly what we talked about before. What I wanted DC Universe to do is to have a Justice League Unlimited type show, live action, but do it episodically. And maybe, hopefully this is what it ends up being. I don't know. I think maybe it's just one-time thing with the Snyder Cut. But I mean, I think this is the way to go. A DC Justice League Unlimited live action episode.
And Justice League Unlimited got me liking a lot of these names.
A lot of people. You're not the only one.
Heroes like Boots the Gold. Like when he got Doomsday handed his ass to him and the Death of Superman. I thought it was cool with these characters that I didn't care about. But then they were paired on Justice League Unlimited and show was phenomenal. And maybe you might not get the same actors back, but you can still have it take place in the Snyderverse where you just have new recast the roles or something. I don't know, but I don't know. We'll see what's gonna happen. I think it's gonna be good. I think
For me, I guess final thoughts. No, you can put to rest the Release the Snyder Cut hashtag, and now it's hashtag Snyder Cut Released. So
yeah, so how would we put that in the hashtag? We'll release the Snyder Cut or hashtag release,
or just the Snyder Cut. Yeah. But anyway, that's gonna do it for this episode, guys. Good to be back, and we'll see you next time, guys.
Beautiful voice of yours, bass.